From the Keith Vincent Kaola Studios in Paterson, New Jersey, Green Arrow Media proudly presents Is This Real? Tonight, Wicca. What is Wicca? And now your host, JC3.
Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Are you ready to dive deep into the mysteries of the universe? Look no further than IsIsRealPC.com, your one-stop destination for all things mysterious and unexplained. From captivating podcast episodes to thought-provoking articles, our website is packed with fascinating content that will leave you questioning reality. Visit IsIsRealPC.com today and join our community of curious minds as we explore the unknown together. Don't just wonder, discover the truth today at IsIsRealPC.com. Welcome everybody to another fantastic episode of Is This Real?
Is this real?
Tonight's episode, you heard Big Joe say, as Big Joe said,
Say.
shut the fuck up. We are talking about the wonderful world of Wicca. In the booth tonight, as hopefully not normally, then next couple weeks, we do have
The
Pope,
fuck does he say?
Where are you going with this?
Pope Tony and Big Joe.
I'm a the fucking Pope.
I guess I'm a Big Joe.
Look, we have a small booth tonight, like we did last week. So,
Well, we have a same size booth actually, but with less people, which makes it more room. So,
well, I'll be honest, some of these intimate podcast episodes I do enjoy because there's more talk and less bullshit.
and there's less gleaming from the other side of that computer, you know, when the light bounced off Josh's head.
Oh, we miss our Lord Roadblockington. We miss West. We miss Cito. We haven't seen Cito on an episode in God knows how long.
I was in contact with Jess yesterday.
All right.
I just wanted to make sure that she was okay.
All right.
Yeah, so she said she's going to reach out to us.
So, Wicca, we're going to first start off with Pope Tony. Pope Tony, what's the first time you ever heard of Wicca?
Aren't you lucky?
All right.
Just of what you heard, not
What do I know? What do I heard? Nothing I read. I don't
You
fucking
know what
it's
you
like
say.
it's like witchcraft light. That's what I always understood it as. I'm wrong of that assumption. It's more you're a witch, but you use your powers for good. Even though powers aren't real. No one has powers. But they think they do.
Austin does.
They think they do. So they're very like, listen, I think Wicca, right? This is when I close my eyes. I'm thinking a broad in her mid 40s, very flowery dress with lots of moons and stars on it. Hair down to her ass, probably looks like she could use a shower. Lots of like bangles and jewelry. Smell of patchouli.
Oh, so you're talking
What?
about hippies.
What is a patchouli?
The patchouli, the little
Patchouli.
like
The flower.
Oh,
Yeah.
It sounded like any other Dunkin' Donut worker to me, but I'm like, good.
Oh, what the fuck, dude? Come on. No.
This podcast is 5 minutes old.
Like, no. Okay. So,
And they think that they can heal everything by standing amongst crystals and going, oh.
Well, don't they use like? See, what I don't understand about Wicca is it's motif central.
all right.
In other words, what?
Before we get into what we don't understand about it, when's the first time you ever heard of something like Wicca?
I've known about Wicca. Christ, I mean, I'm pushing 40, so I know I've
Yeah, okay.
I've known about it
Fuck
basically
you.
my whole life.
40 plus 20.
Fuck you. I'm pushing 40.
Yeah, he is pushing 40.
Pushing 40.
I'm
All right.
36.
So at least for me, I mean, I've heard people on social media say that I'm a Wicca.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Wiccan. You know, I guess that's what they call themselves. They call themselves Wiccans.
I don't know.
You know, stuff like that. So I've heard people say that. I've
All
never.
I hear in the background is the monkeys going, "I'm a believer."
Shut up. I've never really looked into it.
Yeah,
Now, as far as
I'm a Wicca. Yeah, sure. And I'm Superman.
As far as this is from, you guys ready? I am on the Wicca Academy website.
Gee, I wonder what scholarships need to get into that fucking
See,
school.
they can't see neither. It's all me right now. Hold on. So this is the definition. So Wicca is a contemporary nature.
Don't make that bad, Dennis. He's got his own college. Come on.
Wicca is
That went belly up.
Jesus fucking Christ. Wicca is a contemporary nature-based pagan religion. It refers to the entire system of practices and beliefs that comprise the modern pagan witchcraft spectrum. Although people often think that the terms witchcraft and Wicca mean the same thing, that is not the case. All Wiccans are witches, but not all witches are Wiccans.
Okay. Sounds like an SAT question to me. No, I understand that. I do. It's like, sure.
Wicca was initially used as a initially used to discern the initiatory form of witchcraft.
Don't they get their power from the earth or power that they think they have from
I'm
the earth?
talking.
He's getting to it.
Yes.
Oh.
Still, American popular movies and TV shows use the term to cover what was previously known as white witchcraft or natural magic.
Now, some brother's going to get all pissed off about this.
I think you
can't
calling
have
them
that.
brothers, mate.
You can't.
When we call ourselves Wiccans, we often mean that we practice a sort of religious witchcraft. Wiccans are frequently depicted in the media as adolescent girls. However, both men and women practice this religion, no matter their age.
They're usually depicted as adolescent girls because make-believe is for children.
My Christ, man.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry.
All right.
When a new religion is established in the 50s, it's not a religion. You have to be old to be a religion.
All right. Can we get into the part of what it's about? How it's designed?
Oh, okay, I have it right here. Ready?
Well, I was going to read it, but okay.
Well, are you reading it from the Wicca Academy
No, I'm
website?
using my head.
No. We generally think of Wicca as a modern interpretation of pre-Christian traditions, but some practitioners claim a direct link to ancient rites. We practice it individually or in groups, sometimes referred to as covens. Wicca has certain environmental elements as Druidism,
Long white beards.
and is regarded as a spiritual interpretation of the goddess movement.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Wasn't the Druids the ones that built
Stonehenge?
Stonehenge?
One of the largest henges in the world. No one's built a henge like that ever since.
You people.
No one even
really
knows what the
suck.
fuck a henge is.
You know he's actually parading around as a woman now.
Okay.
He's
we're not getting into this
time
one.
out. He's a transvestite. He's been that way
We're
for
not-
the last 30
Yeah, but now-
years.
no,
We're
now
not
he's
getting
claiming he's
into
a-
this. I will mute both of your mics for fuck's sake.
Why? What? We can't
Because
talk.
this has nothing to do with Wicca. This is a movie trivia question. What happened to one of the things? I don't care.
Oh, behave.
However, not all of us who follow Wicca do it the same way. Many of us are dual theistic, meaning we worship a female goddess and a male goddess,
Right.
Yeah.
otherwise known as Mother Goddess and a horned god.
Pan, the horned god, the god of the earth.
But generally speaking, Wicca's beliefs are very flexible, and we can choose deities that we identify with to worship. We can opt for any pantheon, Greek, Roman, Celtic, Norse, etc. Wiccan traditions can be polytheistic, pantheistic, atheist, or revere gods and goddesses as symbols instead of actual beings.
Hold on. I believe in no gods, but I believe in magic. Does that make fucking sense? Even if you want to stretch, like, how can you have one without the other?
You can't. It doesn't make much sense. No, it really doesn't. But now, do they have spells and stuff, or do they like, meet everywhere, like a church or something?
Well, remember, they said they could do it. They could either be practicing by themselves or in a coven, which is a group of them. And I thought, what's the in between? You can either practice alone or not alone.
That's a
Gee.
good question. That's a good question.
Well,
This is a fucking free for all fucking religion.
hold on. Our rituals. Our rituals usually include holidays focused on lunar phases, solar equinoxes, and solstices. Elements as air, earth, water, and fire, and initiation rites.
Well, everything has initiation rites. You want to be a pagan or a Wiccan, you have to go through this sort of initiation.
oh, sure. I
trial.
got to pay dues now.
Maybe, I don't know. But, as far as what they believe in is what you just said, when it comes to like the solstices or lunar phases or stuff, I can actually get behind that. I don't have a problem with that at all because you can see that shit. If you are someone who worships the
I don't
earth,
know. lends to the credibility.
Does. If you're someone who like believes that the earth has an energy that you feed off of and that empowers you in some way, and you choose to worship by different elements like fire and air and water and shit, that's fine. Like the lunar phases do have an effect on Earth because of gravity, but that's science, not make-believe bullshit. I mean, but I can understand someone going, I don't understand the science part, but I can really dig this lunar energy I'm feeling. All right, fine. I'll pat you on the head, feed you a cookie, and tell you, all right, fine, you believe this shit.
Well, I mean, it could,
At least it's based in something real.
couldn't it, I mean, don't we do the same thing as far as when it comes to farming? Like we use solstices when it comes to farming and stuff like that. So like,
Yeah, but that's because
I mean, it's not a religion, but
I mean,
like,
well, I mean, because we're trying to grow crops so we can fucking eat.
no, I get.
But I don't
that.
think we do it based off the solstices. Like you're talking about the Farmer's Almanac shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are predictions. It's
Yeah.
not set in stone.
That's something that they gauge. Well, you know, with that too, you got to
There's a science behind it. A little bit more of a
Right,
science.
science, but it's also whimsical. I mean,
Yes.
there's some things that, well, you know, like we had 4 months of rain, so the fifth one, the ground will be wet. You know, shit like that.
Yeah. Like we had a dry summer, so we'll have a wet winter.
Right.
Like it's like maybe where you basing this off
Well,
of?
that's like how many people sit there and tell you, you know, like we had a really a dry summer. You know what that means?
It's like, what does it mean?
Yeah, exactly. What does it mean? You're gonna have a wet winter. Well, doesn't mean maybe the dryness will continue into fall,
Yeah.
and then you know we want pumpkins.
It falls into the same thing of like those assholes who get together and like with the groundhog every Groundhog's Day. It's like if the fucking rodent sees its shadow, we have 6 more weeks of spring or
and it seems to
dumb
me,
shit.
Yeah, it seems to me they're always in competition. You have Puxtony Phil, and then you have the other guy on the other
Dad,
side of
get closer to the
Pennsylvania.
mic, please.
You have another guy on the other side of Pennsylvania. You know, there's like 4 or 5, and they're all named Phil. I don't know why. You know.
I don't know. I don't take my weather cues from a rodent. So if the fucking thing like I saw my shadow, we're gonna have 6 more weeks of winter. I'm still just gonna wear a coat.
How many? Never mind. We were off topic. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to the gods in the second part because I think that's interesting, and we're only gonna have 2 parts this episode, 20 minutes each.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, we're not doing a 3-part episode
Or whatever you Wiccas pray to.
So
Thank Earth.
I might even have time to finish my water.
So in Wicca, this is their website, obviously. In Wicca, we don't have a central authority. Some witches practice on their own. On the other hand, some of us members of a different coven. Some covens stick to the initiatory traditions, which means that our more experienced members pass on their knowledge to newcomers. Other covens are founded by friends that wish to get together and learn. The traditional coven size is 13 people, but our covens can have anywhere between 10 and 15 people. Some are mixed gender covens, while others are single gendered covens.
All you're telling me is things exist. There's no fucking rules here. Some are men, some are women. Some are mixed. Oh, okay. That's cool. How many people could be there? Sometimes we have 13. Sometimes we have 10. Sometimes we have 15. Okay. What's your practicing like? Oh, some people practice alone. Other people practice together. Like, there's no fucking rules.
When they say practice, what does that mean?
Well,
I don't know.
they
They're
use...
not good at it?
Anthony, can you search something up for me?
Sure.
Because I'm using my phone, obviously. What is the difference between magic, M-I-G-I-C, and M-A-G-I-C, and then M-A-G-I-C-K? What is the 2 differences?
Magic, there is no difference.
is,
Magic,
okay.
CK, is an old way to spell the word magic. The spelling was used by Aleister Crowley for occultism, for the occult magic of Thelema. He wanted to make it clear he didn't mean stage magic. So when you have the K, that's the real magic. That's not this fucking Penn and Teller shit.
Okay.
You know, that's not Chris Angel walking
Well-
on the fucking side of a building.
Hey, you know what? Chris Angel's fucking good, man. I'm
Well,
sorry.
let's just put it like this. They're
Quirky.
magic. So
But good.
Wicca, just like many other pagan religions, practices magic. That is because we believe our minds can affect reality in ways that science has yet to discover. Oh, here we go. Well, shut up.
That's the power of belief. That's what I'm talking about 2 episodes ago. Where like I can understand that, but it only works like 0.25% of the time. But go on.
Okay. We conduct spells to help people deal with common life difficulties. However, we practice magic under an ethical code, which states that we can only use magic to help someone if it doesn't hurt others. We think that the energy we create impacts what happens to us. For instance, negative magic bounces back on the perpetrator, but is 3 times more intense. We sometimes refer to that as threefold law, or the rule of 3.
I call it the ultimate reverse Uno card.
Other key ethical principles claim that we should always seek to harmonize with ourselves, other people, and the planet. For this reason, Wiccans are often concerned about the environment.
What does harmonize with thyself mean? That could be a whole lot of different meanings.
I harmonize with myself in the shower.
You know, I tried to find a little time to harmonize today, but I just couldn't do it.
I think what they're saying when you harmonize with yourself is, I would imagine, like the first thing that comes to my mind is like when they talk about like aligning your chakras, like you think about
wait, hold on a minute. What is a chakra?
I believe that's in the Hindu religion, where it's the idea that along your spine there's different pressure points, and they each represent something different. And when you have your chakras aligned, you're living your life in the most healthiest, most mindful, most best way possible. It's through meditation, essentially, is what they do.
So in other words, if you have a good chiropractor, you got good chakras.
There's that, but it's like if you're meditating on a certain thing.
Chakra means wheel and refers to the energy points in your body.
There you go.
They are thought to be spinning discs of energy that should stay open and aligned as they correspond to bundles of nerves, major organs, and areas of our energetic body that affect our emotional and physical well-being.
Which is why it's along the spinal column, because it's like at certain points of your spinal column, it affects different things in your body.
Right,
sort of like at that point, that's this chakra. And if you're feeling this sort of pain or you're fucked up in some sort of way, if you meditate and focus your body energy on that point, you can heal yourself, which doesn't work because it's all bullshit, but that's what they believe in.
Chakra Khan? Chakra Khan?
That's not it. That's something
that's
different.
not it. All right, so their beliefs on death. Let's talk about their beliefs on death.
It's either you're dead or you're not.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Wiccans believe in reincarnation. Reincarnation. Sorry. Reincarnation.
School of Speech.
The spirit is reincarnated after death and meets again the people it had intimate personal relationships with in earlier lifetimes.
Don't want to see those people after I die.
The goal is
again.
The goal is to not escape life on Earth. It is to enjoy life over and over until we learn everything there is to know. After that, our spirits enter a realm called the Summerland, or the Land of the Youth.
Land of the Youths?
Youth.
Oh, youth.
Two youths.
So yes, that is their views.
So when you die, you get meted.
What?
So when you die, you get greeted by everyone you ever fucking met, and you have to shake hands, and you have to be like, "Hey, it's you again. How you doing?"
What if they're not dead?
That's a good question. What happens when someone dies? You have to go attend their shit. Like you have to be on the fucking wall. Like it's like when the boat comes in and everyone's sitting on the dock. You have to go there. What's gonna happen? They pull you from the Summerlands? It's on your schedule.
Stop yelling at me. I'm not a fucking Wiccan.
And who was the one who said this was Summerland?
Summerland?
It's like a fucking park down South Jersey.
Well, the idea, I think what you said,
could,
it's like the days of your youth. Like you get to live or
so this is where it all,
the days of youth.
This is where it all came from, right? So they could trace Wicca's roots back to pre-Christian religious traditions, ritual magic, and folklore. However,
they pagan. They can trace back because Wiccan started in 1956 in England.
Hold on. However, most Wiccans today get their inspiration from the Gardnerian Book of Shadows, a collection of rituals and spells created by one of the most prominent figures in Wicca, Gerard Bruce Gardner. Whatever fucking it is.
Gardner.
Yeah. He was a retired British government official, who spent many years in Asia for work. Gardner spent time there learning various magical practices and occult beliefs. Moreover, he read a lot of Western esoteric literature, especially the works of British occultist Aleister Crowley. Gardner returned to England before the beginning of World War II and got involved with the occult community in Highcliffe in 1939.
I told you people out there, I don't know what camera I'm on, but I told you last week when we were talking about witchcraft. This shit is going to have something to do with
Aleister Crowley.
Aleister Crowley and magic. Magic's magic. I don't give a fuck what you call it. It's magic is magic. You're deriving your power from somebody now or somewhere. All right, and not trying to buy a lump of coal in the earth isn't giving you fucking power. Okay, sorry, man. Just what.
That's fine.
He also formed a new movement centered on the regard for nature, practicing magic and worshiping the goddess and countless other deities.
We have to blame him for fucking Earth Day.
Gardner also drew heavily on Western witchcraft traditions. Following the removal of England's outdated witchcraft laws in 1951, he published Witchcraft Today in 1954. He also formed his first coven of followers and, thanks to their input, developed Wicca as we know it today. In the late 60s, the idea quickly spread through the U.S. It gained many followers because an unorthodox lifestyle, emphasis on nature and spirituality outside the traditional religions, thank you, were particularly popular at the time.
Translation? He made the whole fucking thing up!
Hippies. They got a bunch of fucking hippies.
There are elements of it I can dig, but it's just this one thing. Like, the idea of, listen, let's preserve the earth and not destroy it and pollute it, and let's bask in the beauty that just is because it exists. Like, I can totally get behind that.
Yeah, but you're right. But it's not something that you're going to sit there and say, the earth made me do it. You want to protect the earth.
Exactly.
You should protect the earth. You should be clean about stuff like that. You should be, running. Never mind.
You're not protecting the earth because you think you're drawing hocus pocus mumbo jumbo bullshit from it.
Dunkin' Cup.
Or as Anthony likes to refer to as
spooky shit.
Spooky shit.
More spooky shit.
All right, we're gonna.
So all he did was take spooky shit and make it less spooky
and make it more earth-rounded.
Great.
Or the flattened earth people.
So he took witchcraft and made it boring.
Yep. All right, we're gonna take a short break. We'll be back. Please go listen to some of our. Please go listen to some of our sponsors, and we'll be back to talk about the gods and goddesses of witchcraft. We will be right back.
Are you a filmmaker, cosplayer, or special effects enthusiast looking to take your creations to the next level? Then look no further than New Rule FX. From realistic props to professional grade special effects equipment, New Rule FX has everything you need to bring your vision to life. Explore their extensive catalog of high-quality products and unleash your creativity like never before. Visit our link in the description to shop now below.
Hey everybody, I'm JC3.
And I'm Mr. West.
And this episode is brought to you by Dubby. Made by professionals in the USA, Dubby was formulated to give you focus and energy with no jitters or crash. Their formula contains vitamins, amino acids, including the patented Neurofactor. You know what Dubby doesn't give you?
What's that?
No calories, no sugars, no fillers, and no artificial flavors. When the raw ingredients arrive to their FDA-registered and inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP guidelines, they undergo a quarantine while a small sample of each ingredient is taken to test for any impurities, while also being tested to ensure that the ingredients are actually what they are supposed to be and have the proper dosage.
And once the ingredients pass all the tests, then they're cleared to get mixed into the formula. So head on over to dubby.gg and use our offer code IsThisRealPC for 10% off your first order. That's DUBBY.GG and use the code IsThisRealPC for 10% off. They have great flavors such as Galaxy Grenade, Dub Sludge, Passion Joy Tea, Monkey Madness, and Dragonade. My personal favorites.
Dragonade right here. I got Dragonade right here. Delicious.
Drink Dubby
and be better.
These products are not intended to diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.
Who wants better sex? And who wants better sex starting now? The best way to get started is go to adamandeve.com.
Adam and Eve is offering 50% off just any item.
But that's not all. When you select your one item, you will also get 3 bonus items. That includes a gift for him, a special gift for her, and a gift you'll both like.
Plus 6 free movies for your viewing pleasure and free shipping.
There is discreet shipping as your privacy is priority. Plus 100% free shipping on your entire order.
Doesn't matter how much you spend or what you buy, it will all be packaged and sent discreetly for free.
Don't wait. Better Sex is just one click away.
That's 50% off one item, 3 free gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping.
Bring more pleasure and satisfaction to your bedroom.
Just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy or anything you desire.
Just enter code QUESTION at checkout.
That's question, QUESTION at adamandeve.com.
This exclusive offer is specific to this podcast only. So be sure at checkout you punch in the code QUESTION. That is QUESTION at checkout. And get your 50% off one item, 10 free gifts, and free shipping. Remember, use code QUESTION. Also remember to listen to Is This Real every Sunday at 8 o'clock with new episodes starting July 16th. Remember, everybody, question everything and put that question at the end of your checkout.
adamandeve.com.
Calling all cat lovers. Are you tired of your furry friend taking over your living space? Say hello to Cat Cave Co., your one-stop shop for all things stylish cat furniture. Their modern designs seamlessly blend into your home decor while providing your cat with a cozy sanctuary of their own. Discover the perfect piece for your feline friend today using the link in the description and reclaim your space without compromising your style. Your cat will thank you.
Hey, fellow truth seekers. Want to take your love for the Is This Real podcast to the next level? Check out our exclusive merchandise line designed for curious minds like yours in mind. From comfy tees and hoodies to stylish mugs and accessories, our merchandise is the best way for you to show your passion for unraveling the mysteries of the fucking universe. Visit our online store at isthisrealpc.com and gear up to explore the universe in style. Don't just listen, wear your curiosity with pride with Is This Real podcast merchandise.
Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Are you ready to dive deep into the mysteries of the universe? Look no further than IsIsraelPC.com, your one-stop destination for all things mysterious and unexplained. From captivating podcast episodes to thought-provoking articles, our website is packed with fascinating content that will leave you questioning reality. Visit IsIsraelPC.com today and join our community of curious minds as we explore the unknown together. Don't just wonder, discover the truth today at IsIsraelPC.com. Welcome back to our episode about Wicca. Now, see what I laugh about is that these two dickheads that we have on the screen right here. Let me put them on the screen right now. These two right here, they laughed at me last week about it. Witchcraft and Wicca. It's the same fucking shit. No.
You just said it was the same stuff.
No, it's not the same thing.
This guy who started this bullshit was actually...
what it is he took the idea of witchcraft and married it with some Eastern philosophies when he
bullshit.
More. And then he took some of those ideas. He made this Frankenstein of a religion. And then he went, what are the rules, like numbers and people and shit? He's like, whatever you feel is right. Just kind of like keep within this bound. It's like a loose fist on, like you're holding something, but you're not holding it tight.
Excuse me. That doesn't sound right.
Fish, Norman,
all right, so we're going to talk about the gods and goddesses, or the deities of Wicca, and Pope Tony has that.
Yes. Spoiler alert, they can do whatever the fuck they want and worship whatever the fuck they want. They can worship the earth, and different things that are natural, like the equinox and the phases of the moon and elements like ground, like earth and fire and water and shit. They can worship that, or they can worship things that don't exist, like the god Pan, who is the horned god. That's one of their dual. Like they have a duality kind of thing where there's these two major gods. You have the goddess, and then you have the horned god.
Horned god.
And it's like, that's their main two, but they don't have to follow that shit. They don't have to follow, praise or whatever the fuck, they can deviate from that.
That would be like me saying, I'm not going to follow God anymore. I'm going to follow Archangel Michael.
Well, I mean, that's exactly how we have so many splits in the tree of Christianity.
And he would be like, no, dude, that's not the way to go.
The Baptists, the Lutherans, the Catholics. It's all like.
Well, you can go that way.
It's all like, no, we all. I don't believe the way you're doing it, so I'm going to do it my way. And then that branched off, and then you had the King of England go, "I'm the fucking Pope now," and shake his balls.
Yeah,
and then
you had
he
Protestants and
I'm the Pope.
So you have that's kind of what happened, but like with this, it's like this overarching structure, and then it's like do whatever the fuck you want in the middle, kind of thing.
Okay, get to the pagan gods.
So you have the horn god.
People suck. Like a little fucking enthusiasm. That's all I'm asking for.
Oh, please get to the horn god, please.
He's not the god of Pornhub, Dad.
Oh, damn it.
The god.
Hamster?
It's just called the god. He is the archetype deity who's linked with different gods or throughout different religions. So, like in Greek, it would be Pan. In English folklore, it was Herne the Hunter. You have in Roman, it was Faunus. In Indian, it was. So basically, they look at all these different.
Face. Look at that face. He is surprised about all this shit.
Basically, what they did was they took all of these gods.
I like Horny Hunter. That was a good one.
Horny Hunter.
They took all of these different gods in different religions, and they sat back and went, all right, these 5 gods all kind of do the same thing. They all kind of have the same feel about them. So we're just going to combine them all, and we're going to call him the god. Because we like that idea. Like, they were all in the same kind of thing, right? It's not like when the Romans took over the Greeks and they just took the gods and just renamed them. That was lazy writing.
My question is this. How can, now you tell me this religion, I'm not even going to call it a religion. Because to be a religion, you got to be
We've
older.
pissed off so many single middle-aged women.
Yeah, like it's a religion.
It is. Movement.
Yeah, but it only started in the 50s. How the fuck is it a religion? I mean, don't you have to think? Doesn't religion have to be steeped in culture and tradition?
That's an argument.
No,
sure.
it also depends on how many practitioners or followers that you have.
Oh, so in other words, this is the religion of wokeism.
Okay, I don't like saying the word practitioner. Not follow. I mean, I don't like saying the word follower because I feel like that's a little culty. But like, it depends on how many people you have under you. Like if. Okay, and let me recall back to one of our episodes last season. If Jim Jones decided to do his own religion, which basically he was doing,
or Heaven's Gate guy,
and didn't have the ultimate pack of suicide at the end, where it became a cult-like atmosphere, it would be considered a religion.
Okay,
I mean it was.
Yeah, if the Pope here, I know Dad doesn't like this. If the Pope decides that, we're going to have people sit here and, like, he's going to go offhand. The Pope's going to go really wackadoo. And he's going to turn around and be like, okay, if you love Jesus, kill yourself. And people kill themselves. Catholicism, because, the Pope, Catholicism would be considered a cult then.
That's never going to happen in the Catholic Church.
That's not really, it's not a good example.
There's so many checks and balances in the Catholic Church. Look, you know what? I'm not going to get into it, but he would be, if he ever said go kill yourself, first of all, they're gonna grab him, they're gonna put a net around him, they're gonna say he's at the Pope, but he's a little fuck at the op.
And yet the next Pope we're supposed to have is supposed to be the Antichrist. Like,
no, the next Pope we're supposed to have is Pope Peter the Roman, who ushers in the Antichrist.
But that's what I'm saying, like you're telling me like, oh, there's checks and balances, but yet in the religious world,
that's not going to happen.
The next two popes are supposed to...
Time out. That's not going to happen either. We did that episode. Go back and watch it. We did that episode. We all came to the conclusion that the fucking Malachi prophecy was a bunch of bullshit.
No, I mean, we came, but like, who are we?
Good point. But in Wicca, they took a bunch of gods from these other religions and they combined the ones that seem similar, and they said, this is that god. And they made him like one of the 2 main ones. You have the horn god, and then you have the woman,
goddess,
the goddess
of gods.
Yeah. Okay, next.
And that's traditionally in Wicca, the goddess is seen as the triple goddess, meaning that she is the maiden, the mother, and the crone. The mother aspect, the mother goddess, is perhaps the most important of the 3, and it was her that Gerald Gardner and Mary Murray claimed was the ancient goddess of the witches. They claimed it, so it must be true. Without anyone questioning or any evidence to back it up, they said that it must be the thing.
You see what I'm learning here from this episode? Mankind is full of shit.
No shit.
Okay, mankind makes up things as we go along.
I will say, though...
And hold on a minute,
Go on.
and then, everybody's got to believe it because some idiot said so. No, it doesn't work that way with me. There's got to be some kind of proof behind this. There's got to be some kind of fact behind this.
Time out. That's where faith comes in.
Well, what are they doing? Did they
that-
turn any water into wine?
See,
they
but
walk
you
across
didn't
the
see
brook
that-
or
you
something?
You didn't see that either. You didn't see that he turned water into wine. You didn't see that he fed everyone with the loaves of fishes. or walked on
Historically,
water.
it's there.
It's not historic. It's a parable that was told. There's no when you say something's historic, we have evidence that that thing happened. Like, you could talk about the Colossus of Rhodes, which was a giant statue back in Greece. It was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. And he said, now it's destroyed. It's gone. Like, just like the Temple of Zeus and the fire.
So we're down to 6 wonders now?
Well, they've all been more or less destroyed. But, like, you can sit there and go, well, they talked about it, but where's the evidence? Well, we have evidence. We don't have pieces of the statue, but it was widely claimed and people saw it and drew it and wrote about it. Like, it was something that, like, I saw this, and it wasn't just a small group. It was the world at the time saw it. Different cultures from different people from different cultures all saying, yeah, there it is. It stands there. So that's something historic that we can say, even though it doesn't exist anymore, did exist. Versus something that we have no way of proving. Like this, like any religion, we can't say that any religion is 100% right, which is where faith comes in. It's where you park your faith that matters to you, to the individual.
Maybe, but I still say he turned water into wine.
They park their faith into this religion.
what
I don't have a problem with that because most of this shit is peaceful in and of itself. I'm okay. It's goofy and weird, and to me, it's bullshit. But they're not hurting anyone,
Well, I have.
and I'm okay with that.
I have right here. I mean, granted, it's from Quora, but someone asked in Quora, are there any negative aspects to being a Wiccan?
You get made fun at parties.
Well, this one guy turned around and he said the main drawback to being a so-called modern Wiccan is that it is an ancient belief system that we now know is not valid. You are confused about the original concept. In ancient times, there were wise people who follow animistic religions such as Wicca. These wise people would brew potions made from bark and herbs to cure people of ills, and they were very much respected. As this knowledge of herbs, etc., took years to acquire, they were often older women. It would often be passed from mother to daughter. They would also use the power of suggestion to help people who were having psychological problems, as would a modern psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
Animists believe that all things such as trees, rocks, rivers, streams, and clearings in the forest all had magic spirits. They also observed various season changes, such as the midwinter solstice, etc.
That's fine.
Some creatures like owls, which flew silently at night, and black cats that slunk silently in the dark, were thought to have magic powers. They thought it was these spirits that did the curing and made offerings to them. They would throw coins, etc., into ponds and wells for a wish to be granted, and we still do this today. We now know the herbs, etc., contained aspirin and heart stimulants such as whatever the fuck this is. However, to ancient people, these cures could seem like magic. However, it is important to remember that they could not cast magic spells of any type, such as you read in fairy tales. However, when Christianity arrived, these good people were seen as threats. They were branded as evil witches, and their potions are as poisons, which followed the horrors of the witch trials, which is another crime for Christianity to answer for.
That's true.
The famous atheist Stephen Fry said that animistic religions make more sense than Christianity, and this guy says, I have to agree with him.
They had a book, the ancient Christians and the Catholics and shit who persecuted the people who did this sort of belief, where they went into the forest and they used natural remedies and shit.
Right.
They had a big fucking book called The Witch's Hammer, called the Malleus Maleficarum, and it was a whole book on how to identify and torture and interrogate witches. It's called The Witch's Hammer. That's what it means, right? And they wrote this book, and it was like a go-to field guide. It's like, yeah, we're going out there, we're going to storm, and we're going to take these little villages down where people are minding their own business and, like, you know, going to the river and eating roots and shit. Yeah, that's spooky shit. We don't like that because we have a true God now. It was on the rise. So they wrote this book on how to talk to these people and torture these people and kill these people.
Sound like a bunch of assholes.
They were.
This is from an actual person who answered him on there also, who is a Wiccan. He goes, the big disadvantages is people constantly misunderstood or misconstrued my beliefs. Having to constantly explain that I don't worship the devil and I'm not a Satanist gets annoying. And every new TV show that has a devil-worshipping Wiccan character doesn't help. It also sucks having to keep closeted around my non-Wiccan family who have great difficulty understanding my conversion. When I first started out, there wasn't much material to read or study, and finding it was very difficult. Now I think there's too much, and sorting out the silver from the dross is very difficult. So much has been commercialized and sensationalized, and there's no such fluff with no substance behind it.
And another big drawback those people face is there's Hot Topic doesn't do a lot of things with coupons. They gotta pay full price for
You're
their
a
black
dick,
shirts.
You know that? You're just a giant fucking
Here's
dick.
the thing. I'll be honest with you. If you just go back to listening to the earth, doing a little meditating, and just using natural remedies, Wicca could be incorporated. If it was just that, it could be incorporated in any religion. Because you're just using what is here naturally.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I would have no problem with this. It's when the guy today goes, I was converted. Converted to what? What belief system do you have? I know we just talked about the gods and the goddesses, but they're an amalgamation of things that came before it, just like Christianity is. It's just that they had a better PR guy.
Okay.
You don't get to the top with a shitty PR guy.
I don't know. To me, it just seems very strange.
Well, let's just put it like this, Dad. From what I just read about the person who is a Wiccan today, he said he doesn't really go out that much anymore. He doesn't really practice as often because all of his coven has passed away or moved away from him. So he's practices by himself. So with him saying that he doesn't worship the devil and he doesn't, he's not a Satanist or anything like that, what would you say to him because obviously you think that drawing any type of magic is dark magic, right?
What I would say to him is, when you practice, what are you practicing? What is manifesting? Because what's manifesting because you're practicing? What are you growing? I mean, you're planting seeds, and then next thing you know, you have a garden, or what are you producing? And if it's something that's not natural, something that's that you or I can't do, no matter how much we squeeze our head together and, then taking a shit. Okay. The thing I'm trying to say is, what are you getting at it? You practice, you're saying a bunch of mumbo jumbo and that's it.
Well, I mean, like I just said, if someone is living off the earth and like using the roots and the berries to create potions and things,
okay,
that's fine. If someone wakes up in the morning and they sit in nature and they meditate and they do their breathing exercises and they get themselves like in a good like mental place, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's incorporated into this as well.
Well, wouldn't
like,
that
you call that magic?
I don't call that magic.
No,
call
it's
that
more
meditating.
Yeah, it's meditating.
Spirituality.
It's well, maybe, I don't know.
You don't need spirituality for that. If you want to have a good day, you say, you know what? You sit in a corner, a dark corner, and go, I'm going to have a good day. You put a good light around yourself.
That's for you though. Like my good day is I wake up and I beat off and then I just do my thing. That's a good day to me.
I don't have that much time before I go to work.
But
in the morning.
that's what I'm saying. Like what?
I'll tell you this.
He's excited when there's a 10-pack of sausage in a freezer.
I'll tell you what I feel like.
No.
I can get like just last weekend. I got up. I would go.
Got out of bed.
I got out of bed.
Dragged
right?
a comb across my head.
I went and I sat up at the boards and I just looked at the ocean. I felt at peace. Like anytime I'm down in Seaside and I'm sitting at the dock or I'm sitting on the boards anywhere looking out the water, I feel this very calm sense.
Yes.
I feel peaceful. I feel like it doesn't matter what anyone can pick up the phone, short of a death or a major accident. it's not going to fucking matter. I'm going to be okay. I can
Totally
get through
agree
it.
with you.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's not Wicca.
No, it's a part of Wicca,
Yeah.
but it's not the whole thing because they also have all these other things to do with it. But to me, like if it was just that, and like if someone was just like living out there in the woods, scrounging and just using the earth, not abusing anything, very much like the Native Americans did because they had to survive. They used the bones of they killed an animal. They used everything, right down to the fucking bones.
Right.
And they also honored that thing. Some of the Native Americans, right? They said, "Thank you for this. I'm sorry I have to kill you, but I have to eat too," and then crack its fucking head open. But then they would use every part of it to honor that creature. I don't have any problem with that sort of a thing. And then again, like the idea of sitting down, focusing on like yourself and your mental status and breathing in and all that shit, squaring away the negativity. That's all good. I'm for all of those
When
things.
it comes to the other stuff, like the magic and
when it comes to saying like, and like Joey said before, right?
well, I didn't.
It
say
start no, what you read.
Yeah.
It started from a place where, well, owls are silent when they fly, and you can't see cats at night. Maybe there's a magical property about them. We take these roots and we eat them and we feel better. There's a magic about them. No. They were primitive people who were ignorant to what's made, to what's in those roots.
Okay, I wouldn't call it ignorant because
They were ignorant because we know that that's not magic now. They thought it was magic.
Now we know.
I know. Then they were ignorant to it.
You can't be ignorant to something that nobody knew of.
I think he's using ignorant in a loose term.
Yeah, that's okay.
Sure, defend me on that one. It doesn't matter. My point is, they went, "This is magic," and they went, "No." Guy came along eventually and went, "It's not magic. It's aspirin. It's something that happens naturally and it heals your body. It's not magic. It's okay."
ibuprofen.
It's the same. It's the same thing as like we explain something and then whatever else must be God, until a new generation of thinkers come in and scientists and people who can invent new ways, and then
Well,
wherever that God line was, we cross that and we go, we discovered something new. We can explain that next thing
like the Wicca,
until we can't get to, and then it's called the shrinking God theory.
like the Wicca Academy said, they only use magic to help somebody. Now
magic.
we didn't get even into the dark magic of Wicca because obviously, there is like we didn't even get into the symbolism of Wicca because there's a big symbolism area, and we didn't even do that with witchcraft. We didn't talk about the symbolism of witchcraft last week. Like,
Well, we only do short episodes. We
yeah, we don't want to draw people and bore them. We're here to make you laugh and probably get a little information.
is that what
Please
we're doing
understand-
now? Making people laugh.
Please understand, we don't know what we're talking about.
That's true. I mean, none of us have actually ever talked to a Wiccan before.
I mean, I might have, when I used to go to the mall and they'd stand outside Spencer's and Hot Topic.
How's Timmy the Satanist? How is he doing?
I have no fucking clue. Shout out to Timmy the Satanist.
Timmy the Satanist.
Last takes. Dad, I'll start with you because the camera's on you.
I'm a Satanist. I went, sure you are.
What is your last takes on the religion of Wicca?
I'm really, really glad this episode's over. And that we don't have to talk about this shit for at least another season or two. As far as Wicca is concerned, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I don't want to shit on anybody's
Black
religion
magic.
or whatever.
Satanic shit.
Sick shit. I just, to me, it's always
Fuck
going to
it.
be. It's going to be the same thing. It's always going to be magic is magic. Call it what you want. If they're making things move psychologically, or they're making things move using the powers that be, you're getting it derived from somewhere. And in my opinion, that somewhere is a cult. And we all know where the
Well,
cult.
yeah, I mean,
cult
it isn't- it-
that's
it
just
isn't a
my
cult,
take
you
on
know?
it. Now, I'm sure Wiccan people that practice this or whatever are going to sit there and go, "You don't know what you're talking about." Okay, yeah, you know what? I'll be the first to tell you. You know why I probably don't know what I'm talking about because I don't give a flying fuck. Okay, it's not my religion. I'm just here because
Contractually
I'm-
obligated.
I got to be here. I have to be here, and I got to go through these seasons of torture.
until you come up with an entire season.
He's always thinking I'm taking affront to him.
I'm not saying a word. I'm not getting in the middle of you two.
All right, Pope Tony, your last thoughts on Wicca?
It's all bullshit. It is. I like I said, I think I've said in this episode, there are aspects of it I can dig. Meditation, natural, whatever the fucks, stuff coming. The earth itself doesn't give off a unique energy. Like everything has energy to it, I think, in a weird way. I think I said the opposite of that last week.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is like, obviously there's energy permeates through everything, right? The magma and churning under the crust of the earth is full of energy because energy moves shit.
Right.
I don't think there's a unique energy that's a powerful energy that can be utilized or weaponized against anybody.
The only thing
That's what I think magic. A lot of people think magic is. I don't think of that shit at all.
I think the only thing you can derive, in my opinion, the only kind
His
of
opinion.
magic that you can get or energy that you can get from the earth, and to me, the only thing would be gravity. That would be it. And I'd still like to know.
Gravity's not magic.
Yeah,
it's
gravity-
a
No,
law
I
of
didn't say
nature.
magic. I said a
It's
power
a,
that's
it's a law of nature.
It's
Right.
not energy.
It's not. It's just.
Well, that's my point. It happens natural, and it's a big deal because if not, we'll all be dancing on the ceiling. So,
We wouldn't be dancing. We'd be floating.
It's not how gravity works.
well, I'd like to know what the fuck gravity is. Has anybody ever explained it?
Yes.
This is not the time or place.
Yeah, no, okay.
I'm not doing this.
If
Conversation.
anybody out there knows what the fuck gravity is, hit us up in the columns. I'd like to know.
Everybody should know what gravity is.
I know what gravity is, but what actually causes
Well,
gravity?
That-
Can we do this after the episode?
I'll paraphrase the best way I can. I'm going to try and quote Neil deGrasse Tyson. Right.
What do you say?
I'm going to try and quote Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay.
We understand how it works. We don't understand why it works.
Okay. that's
And
good.
for most scientists and for most people out there, the scientists are the ones who are not using it, but they utilize it to do their equations the most. That's enough. Okay, he goes, I don't need to know why gravity is there so I can land a rocket on a planet, but I need to know that it is there, and I need to understand how to measure it so I can measure it. I can put it on that rocket on the planet.
Okay.
I don't need to know why it's there, but I need to know how to utilize it because it is there. It's a force of nature.
So no one knows what gravity is.
No, it's a force of nature. It's a thing that
All right,
exists.
so nobody knows what causes it.
Correct. Just like no one understands no one can give you the why does the electromagnetic spectrum exist either.
Why is
It's
this
just
on
a
the podcast?
force of nature.
Okay. Can we end this episode here?
Yes, please.
All right. And then we're fucking sitting here talking about science.
Well, let's talk about fucking Wiccas and people flying around with spooky shit and dressing up as druids in the middle of the woods and jerking each other off. That's okay.
Hey, I got a question. Did they fly around in brooms? Like
Well, I have a
witches?
question. What is on the screen? Look at it. What does it say?
This
Wicca.
is a Wicca.
Wicca. That's what the episode's about. right?
W-I-C-C-A.
Okay, so do Wiccan witches fly on brooms?
Say that 15 times fast.
Do Wiccan witches fly on brooms?
I don't know. No, this is the key hides behind the wizard's head. I don't fucking
It's all
know.
high tech now.
You
They
want a
don't
good
know.
tongue twister? Werewolves watching witches watching werewolves watching witches.
All right, next week.
Right.
It's a good Halloween one.
Next
Use it on the
week,
kids.
I can't get a full booth for anything in this fucking in this podcast. Next week's episode, I'm gonna have everybody trying to be in the fucking booth. We're talking about sex magic next week, and everybody wants to be there.
Well, if you insist.
Put it down. And that
I've seen what John Holmes used to do. That was magical.
okay.
You got to pay for admission to some of those films.
So next week we are talking about sex magic,
Here's your poncho. You're in the
And-
splash zone.
and then we have 3 more. So we have 4 more episodes this season.
Thank God.
I can't wait for Arya Safi because we're talking about Nazi magic. I can't wait for season finale. Nazi magic's gonna be fucking
Does that mean
awesome.
Hitler's going to come out like with a cape on?
No, I hope Hitler doesn't come out.
No, I mean we're going to. That'd be great. You put him on the screen. You have Hitler like dressed as a wizard.
Stay next to Penn and Teller.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Nazi occultism's fascinating. We'll get to that.
yeah, we
Aren't
have,
they both Jewish.
Sex
know.
magic, fortune tellers, spiritual communication devices as like Ouija boards and stuff like that,
That's going to be good. That's
and
going to
then Arya Safi. So
Nazi magic.
okay,
Nazi
just say
magic.
that.
Well, I mean, that's what it's. I mean, it's really what is it? Whatever.
It's a bunch of the SS going around like, is this your card?
So that's next week. We're talking about Sex Magic, where we'll have a full fucking booth.
For my next chick, I need a volunteer from the audience.
You're very
No.
loud.
There's not a hand that went up. But guess what? One of you is volunteering.
You know what? Their mics are off now. So next week, like I said, we're talking about Sex Magic. And please go listen to all of our sponsors. And please, for the love of God, go to our website, isthisrealpc.com. And then go to all of our social media pages. Go like and follow. We would love to hear from you. So comment, like, and follow. Hit that like button on the YouTube page. And we'll get you guys next week. Do you guys want to say goodnight?
Adios, motherfuckers.
Night, guys.
All right, we'll catch you guys next week. Remember, everybody, question everything. Good night. Paramount tenet of which is to conclude the act without orgasm or ejaculation from either man or woman.
The fuck's the point?
Thus, instead of the sexual energy being released in a spasm, this energy undergoes sexual transmutation via willpower, and the sacrifice of desire. According to Wurr, the magnetic induction produced by crossing the active phallus and passive uterus, creative organs, causes lunar, solar, and akashic currents to flow through the Brahmanic cord. Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Are you ready to dive deep into the mysteries of the universe? Look no further than isisraelpc.com, your one-stop destination for all things mysterious and unexplained. From captivating podcast episodes to thought-provoking articles, our website is packed with fascinating content that will leave you questioning reality. Visit isisraelpc.com today and join our community of curious minds as we explore the unknown together. Don't just wonder, discover the truth today at isisraelpc.com.